SS2 mathematics class. This is our fourth class, and we are now on measure of central tendency. In the previous class, we introduced this topic, and we were able to define and explain mean, which is the first measure of central tendency that was discussed. And I told you we saw some examples, but I told you we are going to look at further example that is not just straightforward like the one we did solve before we go into median and mode. Now look at this example. 19 students have an average body mass of 50.2 kg. A new student of body mass 44.2 kg joins the group. Calculate the new average body mass of the students. Now let's look at this. You remember that the formula for our mean, which we represent with x bar, is the sum of x all over n. The sum of x all over n. That is if you don't have a frequency table. Now let's look at this. The mean, they said for 19 students, x bar for 19 students is equal to 50.2 kg. That means n, if s is 50.2 kg, n is equal to 19 because there are 19 students. So how do we get the total? That is the sum of their masses. The sum of their masses. Because if you look at this formula, x bar is equal to the sum of their masses all over the number of the students. We will now substitute into this. Our mean, which is equal to 50.2, is equal to the sum of the masses of the 19 students divided by their number, which is 19. So that when we cross multiply this, when you cross multiply, we have it that the sum of their masses is equal to 50.2, which is the mean of their masses, multiplied by 19, which is their number. So the sum of their masses is going to give us, when you press in your calculator, it should give you 953.8, 953.8 kg. That is the sum of the masses of 19 students added together. Now, another student, a new student of body mass 44.2 kg joins the group. We have added 19 students to get this. And then another student now joins the group. We should calculate the new average body mass of the student. So the sum of the x for 20 students now, for 20 students, when you have added that one student, it will be the sum of the masses of 19 students plus the mass of the new students, which is 44.2 kg. And when you do that, punch your calculator, you'll be getting 998. It will be equal to 998 kilogram. That is the sum of the masses of 20 students this time around. So their mean, the new mean, will now be equal to the sum of the masses of the 20 students divided by the number of the students. Therefore, the mean will be equal to 998 divided by 20, no longer 19. And then when you divide this by 20, you punch in your calculator. This 2 into this, you have 4. 2 into 19, we have 9. 2 into 18, we have 9. We have 49.9 kg as the average mass of the 20 students. That is the further example of mean. Now we are going to go into mode. Well, let's look at median first. Median. The median as also another measure of central tendency. What is median? Median of a set of data is the middle number or the middle member of that data when arranged in order of magnitude. The middle number when arranged in order of magnitude. What do you mean by order of magnitude? Either in ascending or descending order, that is from the smallest to the highest or from the highest to the smallest. In either way you arrange it, the middle number is what you call the median. The middle number is what you call the median. The median can easily be determined when you have odd set of number. That is when the set of number are odd, like 3, 5, 7, 9, and thereabout. But if they are even, you will notice that we will have two numbers that are falling in the middle. That is to say, if I have three numbers, for instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as odd numbers, the middle number will be this third one, because if I count one off here, count one off here, count one off here, count one off here, this becomes the middle. But if they are even in number, let's say 4 or 6, if I count one off here, one off here, one off here, one off here, you will notice that if I still count one and one out here, there will be no number in the middle. So these two are considered to be the median. And how do we calculate median? Now, I formed a formula median if even. Median for even sets. For even sets. The median for even sets is the n over 2th term plus the n plus 2 over 2th term all divided by 2. We'll still explain this better. That's what it means is simply that if the set of numbers are even, the two numbers that are in the middle should be added and divided by 2. But median for odd set of numbers, median for odd sets is equal to n plus 1 divided by 2th term. N plus 1 divided by 2 term. We are going to look at example to understand this better. We are going to look at example to understand this better. Now look at this example. Example 1. Find the median of 15, 11, 8, 21, 17, 8, and 3. Let's look at how we can determine the median of that set of number. A solution for that question. Let's see how we can determine the median. We have 15, 11, 8, 21, 17, 8, and 3. Now I said you arrange them in order of magnitude. If you look at this, let's start from the smallest. We have 3, followed by 8, followed by another 8, followed by 11, and then 15. I'm circling it so that I won't repeat. 17 and 21. This is arranged in ascending order. Now, you count the numbers. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can as well, since there are 7, you can just be counting out. If you count out 1 here, count out 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, the median becomes 11. But if you go by our formula, we say that if the set of numbers are odd, if they are odd, we use this. What does it mean? Since there are 7 in number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, our n is equal to 7. So the median is equal to 7 plus 1 all over 2th term, which is what? 8 over 2th term, and that is the 4th term. So which term is the 4th term here? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the 4th term of this set of numbers. So that is why this formula is useful. Once you input the number of the data, if they are odd, if it is 5, you put 5 here. If it is 7, you put 7 here. If it is 9, you put 9 here, and then compute it. Whatever value you get is the position. Not actually, this 4 is not the median, but the position of the median. That is why the TH is there, the 4th term. The 4th term, if arranged in order. Now, the second part of this example 1, they said we should find the median of this number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is even. This is even. So we are going to look at how we do that one as well. Solution. We have B. We have 3.8, 2.1, 4.4, 8.3, 9.2, and 5.0. I said we arrange in order of magnitude. So let's start. This one let's start from the maximum. 9.2, 8.3, 5.0, 4.4, 3.8, and 2.1. So this one is arranged in descending order, but they are even in number. You can say count out this, count out this, count out this, count out this. You see that these two are in the middle. And what do? You add them and divide by 2. The median is equal to 5 plus 4.4 all over 2. And when you add this together, you will have what? 9.4 divided by 2. 9.4 divided by 2 will give us 4.7. Will give us 4.7. So this is the median. But if we go by our formula, we said that the median is equal to n over 2 to 10 plus n plus 2 over 2 to 10 divided by 2. Okay, this stands for the positions. Now, what is our n? They are 6 in number. So we have 6 over 2 to 10 plus 6 plus 2 over 2 to 10 divided by 2. And 6 over 2 will give us what? 3, that is the third term. The third term. Plus 6 plus 2 is 8 divided by 2 will give us the fourth term divided by 2. And the third term, if you count from here 1, 2, 3, the third term is 5.0 plus the fourth term is 4.4 divided by 2. And you can see it's the same thing here. It's going to give us the same 4.7. So you can as well decide to count, or you can make use of this formula if you will remember. So that is how we determine our median, whether even or odd. But this is not odd, because when we will be discussing grouped data, we'll still have a means of determining the median in group data. But now we are dealing with ungrouped data. So we'll be going into mode. What is mode? The mode of a set of data is that number in that set that occurred the most. Is that number in the set that occurred the most. And when you have a set of data and there are repetitions, there are numbers, maybe 2 appeared more than once and 3 appeared more than once. The one that occurred most, or the one that has the highest frequency, as we name it, the frequency is the number of that, of the quantity of a particular number is the frequency. So when you have a number appearing most in a set, that number is called the most, the mode. That is the highest occurring or the highest frequency. Like if you refer to this other example we did here, you will notice that 8 occurred twice. That is the only number that occurred twice. So if you are asked, the mode of this number is 8. So that is what we mean by mode being the highest occurring number. Now let's look at an example. Under mode. 21 students did an experiment to find the melting point of naphthalene and got the following temperature results. These are the temperature results of 21 students. I hope they are complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. What is the modal temperature? Now, how do we do this? It is easier to compute this in a table since we have so many data here. You might count and lose count. So what we do is to form a table for it. X is the number, that is your temperature. And say temperature. And then the frequency, that is how many times each temperature appeared. The first temperature we have there is 78. And if we count, 78 is just 1. 78 is just 1. So the frequency is 1. If you count the next one, 79, you have 79. Remember, it is possible it will not be arranged in order, so you should look from beginning to end to make sure you are not seeing another 79. You have 2 79s. 2. Then 80, we have how many 80s here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 80. We have 7, 80. And then 81, there are how many number? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 81 is 5 in number. 81 is 5. Then 82 are how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 82s. 82s are 3. Then 83 are 2. Why? The last one, which is 90, is just 1. The last one, which is 90, is just 1. So looking at this, since we said that the mode is the highest occurring number, the highest occurring number, the modal temperature becomes what? The modal temperature. I said that this frequency is the number of occurrence. The modal temperature is equal to, because 80 occurs 7 times, and that is the highest occurrence, is equal to 80 degrees C. Is equal to 80 degrees C. So we can see how we have been able to determine the mean, median, and mode of a set of data. Okay, finally we are going to look at comparison of these three measures of central tendency: the mean, the median, and the mode. Now, if you are given a question, for instance, if you are given a set of data and you are asked to compute or to find the central tendency, the question is which one will serve better as the central tendency? Because from the beginning we said that the three of them defines the center or the central of set of data. So now, which one will serve as the center or central of this of a set of data? There are situations where even naturally we commonly use the mean, which is the average, which is regarded as the average, to determine the central or the center or set of data. But there are some situations where the mean cannot serve. There are some situations where there are deviations, where some set of numbers are far away from the other group of numbers. In that case, the mean might not serve well as the central. Now let's look at this example. Let's say in a class of 10 students that have these scores in a particular subject, you will notice that one of these scores is far away from the rest, 99. The rest are 20, 20, 20 something, and then even 18. So if you use mean, which we know that our mean, S bar, is the sum of x over n, that is summing all these things up and dividing it by the number, which is 10. When you do that, you will be getting 29.9. But if you arrange it in order and find the middle number, you will notice that the middle number of this set is 23. And then if you check, you will realize that the highest occurring is 24, which occurred 3 times. So this is the mean, this is the mode, this is the median. You will notice that this mean does not really represent this data. This mean does not really represent this data, because if you look, 29.9 is even greater than the whole of the data, except this one, which is not the center of this set. So mean cannot serve in this situation. In that case, we make use of median. We make use of the middle number. We make use of the middle number. If you look at medians, almost all of them are within this range of the median, except this one that is deviated. And of course, this can represent the class. This can represent the average of the class. You cannot use a number that is greater than the entire class to say it's the average. So that is why you cannot use mean in this instance. And then mode is used when you have so many numbers, like in hundreds and 200s. You will notice there will be so many repetitions. And when you find the average, those ones that are having more will be a good representative of the class. Let's say in a class where you have 100 students and 50 students are getting, let's say, 60, and even let's say the remaining 50 are getting like 80, 90, 70. That 50 is the average, because majority of the class are within that range. So because of that, when you have so many numbers, you make use of a mode to represent the central tendency. So this is the relationship. The three of them, like we said, can represent a measure of central tendency. But depending on which one, the commonly used is the mean. If the data are related, they are similar, they are close to themselves, you can use mean. It is okay. But in such extreme cases, we use median, and then when the data are many, you use mode. So we are going to stop here for this class. Then in our next class, we continue and see other statistical tools that we can use to compute data. Thank you. Do well to look up your assignment. There will be assignments attached to this video. Watch it over and over again. This is mathematics. You might not be able to understand it at a go, but you need to rewatch and then look at your notes, compare with your notes and your textbooks, solve exercises, and you will do well to understand this. Thank you, and God bless you.